Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. How are you doing? Happy President's Day in the United States of America, I think, right? Don't forget to smash that like button. Let's wait for people to come and join us, and then we shall start talking about what is going on and what's happening. We'll wait a few seconds for people to jump on. Think about your questions if you want to ask me anything. And we'll take a look at the market here. Ethereum is getting very, very close to the 3,000 level. Shiba Inu is close to deleting a zero. Kaspa is up big today, 10%. Dogecoin is up 5%. Internet Computer is up 6%. Family Day in Canada. I just learned that from Richard. Thank you, Richard, for telling me that. And so a very interesting day here in the crypto market. Kansas City, Missouri, right? I lived a while near Kansas City in Overland Park for a while, for a few months, like 6 months when I was 21. And so yeah, let's take a look at what's happening in the crypto market. So you can see Shiba Inu is back to 990 level here, getting closer and closer to the point of 1,000, right? We got Ethereum getting very close to the 3,000 level. If you've been watching the videos lately, we talked a lot about the fact that the crypto market has a cycle, right? And that's the, we have the Bitcoin cycle, and then we have the Ethereum cycle, right? It cycles into Ethereum, then it cycles into the mid-cap market, right? And then it goes into the small cap, right? And that's potentially what we're seeing here currently, where Ethereum is up now, getting closer and closer back to the 3,000 level, although it's pulling back while I'm speaking, right? And it still has a little bit more to recuperate than Bitcoin has, right, to the all-time highs. And potentially the Ethereum ETFs could be coming soon, right? So we have that. And so you can see here it has 64%, 60-ish% to get back to all-time highs, where Bitcoin is, a lot closer at this moment in the space-time continuum, right? Where it's about 30%, right, to get back to all-time highs. So the Ethereum has a little bit more juice, right, to go to get back to the all-time highs. Let's see if you guys have any interesting questions before we look to other stuff, right? 57 of you are here and only 13 likes. What is this? We need some more likes. Let's see here. Any questions? Any questions? Have you heard? Most of the time, anything that's... So there's a question here from Danny. Quick question. Have you heard about Shiba 3.0? Do you think it is a rug pull, right? So anything, in my opinion, that is a straight up copycat, right? I know that that you could say that Shiba Inu itself is a copycat of Dogecoin, right? But anything that is a straight up copycat, right? That is a 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, it's always building on name recognition and high probability that, I don't know if it's going to be a rug pull, but it's probably going to be a pump and dump, right? That it will probably go up significantly and then sell off, right? That's just what I have seen from Pepe 2.0 and all these copycats, right, that are just cash grabs usually. But maybe this one is different. I don't know. I haven't heard about it. I saw actually, I saw on on Dex tools I was looking before, and I saw that there was a shib right on Solana, right? So so that was something different. I don't know what Shiba Inu 3.0 is, but it's probably something different. So no, I don't, it's probably not what you're hoping, right? Um, this is a question from James here. What do you think Shiba Inu will get TP? What do you think when it will get TP? What's TP? I don't know. Rewrite the question, James. Thank you to Yarma. Yarna? Yarma. I can't see. 1 second. Yes, Yarma. I think I need glasses. No, the R and the M look connected. That's why. So Yarma is a very big supporter of the channel. Thank you. Avi, always appreciate your level-headed approach and encouraging videos. Great to see you have live. Had missed the last one. Yes, and last week we didn't do it because I wasn't feeling good, and then it was Super Bowl Sunday, right? But now we're feeling good, right? Last week was rough. Last week was rough. I was not feeling good, and then 2 kids were not feeling good, and then my wife was not feeling good. So it was a fun week. Yeah, and the week before that, it was also one of them was throwing up, right? So it wasn't fun. How are you? How are you is a good question, right? How are you? I'm doing good, feeling, better, a little bit better mentally. Although, it's like sometimes life is weird, so we just got like a message today, like a few hours ago, that one of the kids in my youngest son's like school, like he's 4, right? So it's preschool, right? Passed away, and we didn't even know she, was like, whoa, okay. So someone my age that we know with our kids, she passed away. That was like really eye opener to me that, I could not be here in a second. Right? But in general, the past, since October the 7th, you think a lot about your mortality. But I'm feeling better mentally. So, have you heard about Raincoin on Polygon chain? No, I have not. There's like 10,000 coins out there, and most likely I have not heard about all of them. Pepe is interesting. It had that quick pop onto the scene, right? When was that even? I don't even remember when that run up was. May of 23. So it's almost a year, right, since Pepe ran up, and of course it sold off, but it actually held pretty nicely, right? It had this support zone, and it's gone up and down and up and down. The thing is that I not been getting updates with Pepe. I don't own any Pepe. So I'm not really sure what they're doing, what they're promising, what's going on with their ecosystem. Could it be, one of these, pumps, just because the crypto market gets a little bit hot and things start pumping and, there's low circulating supply and things like that, then maybe. One that I'm really onto recently is the Kaspa. I listened to a podcast. It was in Hebrew, right? So with the founder, and it really got me enthusiastic about Kaspa and what they were trying to do, right? And their technology, and their goal to replace Bitcoin, right? So that's getting me a little bit more excited about Kaspa, and you can see that it's also moving here really nicely. But it is already made a almost 100% gain here in 17 days. So it could be in prime for a little bit of a pullback. We'll see in general what the crypto market is going to do in the next few weeks. Jasmine also, I know other people on the channel have written about Jasmine, and I have seen other YouTubers in the space make videos about it, but I don't own it, and I don't know about it that much, so I don't know. So I don't like to comment on stuff that I don't know or haven't done my research on, right? Look at HRM, WNB. Okay, I will later, right? Do you think Shiba Inu will go back to all-time high? Yes, I do, right? I do think that that will happen. I don't know when, where, how, or why, right? I don't know when that is going to happen, but I do think that with high probability, it could get back there somewhere next year, right? When the crypto market is pumping, right? That we could potentially see that. Does it mean that it's going to get there? No. I've stated multiple times that my goal is 1/10 of a cent. So if my goal is 1/10 of a cent, that means that I do think that it will surpass the all-time high, which is 8 here, right? And that would be close to a 1 here. And that would mean that my goal is 10x of that. Right? So about a 10x of all-time high. So we'll see. We'll see if it happens, right? I can only look at the history of the crypto market and the history of similar assets to Shiba Inu and try to figure out what's going to potentially happen there. We didn't. We'll see. I have a question about Shiba Inu, how to pay taxes from crypto. So this is a good question. And it's let's say Yarma asked the question. Very good question, Yarma. So it depends, right? It depends where you live and what your tax code is. If you're in the United States of America, I think it falls under short-term gains, long-term gains, and then you have to disclose it, right? And pay the capital gains tax, right? Where I live here in Israel, it's just regular, the same way you pay taxes for stock market, then you pay taxes for crypto as well. But there's companies here that will do it for you. They'll help you out. You can go to a certified tax advisor and pay them money. Most likely, the fact you'll pay the money, and it might be, I don't know, $500 or $1,000. I don't know how much they'll take, right? But it's going to be worth it because my tax guy has saved me a lot of money, right? So even though I pay him every single month, right? He knows what he's talking about, and it's his job, right? So he saved me a lot of money. Brain coin again. Thank you for all the kind comments. XRP is starting to look bullish. Let's take a look at XRP. I guess you could say a little bit maybe on the daily chart, right? You could say that there's an uptrend here, but not really. XRP is really in a rut, right? Everybody got excited from this movement and then this movement, and I don't know, XRP has this kind of bad juju on it, right? It didn't run in the last bull market, and it's not really, doesn't have any oomph, it feels this time, but maybe it explodes. I don't know, right? It's hard. Where was I? Holy smokus, it ain't no jokus. From E Woods, right? Was enjoy your videos. I got someone talking about the morning video. I don't know if you guys, because I've been going back and forth. I see a lot of you are like very avid subscribers and watch a lot of the videos. So I don't know why, right? But I usually would release the video, early morning video at 6:30 Eastern time. And I don't know if it was like just this, if it was a winter time thing or it was just a lull because of the post January 10th sell-off and people were just not interested in crypto. But like the early morning videos, it just kept getting like really suppressed. Like there was no views. Like if usually would get, I don't know, 1,000 views an hour, something was like at 600 views an hour, but it would just like, and then the next hour would be like at 300. It just like got like destroyed. And so I moved it up a little bit, and now people are saying you moved it to 7:30, but it's already too late and I can't watch it with my morning coffee. So if any of you guys are here, I don't know, it's really weird, but the fact that I have you guys in chat, I thought maybe you guys would help me out and why that maybe happened. Let's see. It's a question. Amazon affiliate link burns SHIB. I think I remember something about that there was some SHIB initiative that they were burning Shiba Inu through Amazon, but I don't really remember what it was. I don't really remember what was the deal with that. But again, I think if it's probably burning, it's burning like, I don't know, $50 maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's burning a lot more. I don't know. I don't really know. Yeah, we're all ready for the bull market. Where are you from? So if you don't know, I am originally from the US, right? I was born in the United States of America. But now, since I've been 9 years old, I live in Israel, right? Someone says here, Tony says, a few years ago, I bought Shiba Inu at the same price as Pepe right now. After a year of not pumping, I sold SHIB. 3 weeks later, it pumped historically. So maybe Pepe is going to do the same thing. I don't know. No, it's all a gamble, really. We don't know which one is going to, like, is it going to be bonk? Is it going to be, I don't know, there's pork. what's going on? Wait, I think it's under 1 million market cap. We can't talk about it, right? There's tons of them, right? Banana Republic Inu, right? That's mine. That's one that I made up. It's not really real. This is a good one. Do you think people are expecting too much from Shibarium so soon? Definitely, yes. And I stated that, and I said it in the build-up to Shibarium, and I said that it would take time, and that I want to see the numbers 3, 4, 5 years later, and I want to see the numbers post bull market. Yes, that's why it was very nice when we were seeing that those big numbers that were happening there for a second, and then they changed the code, which it is what it is, but it dropped off there. But that, I think, was a precursor of what could potentially happen. And again, it's there's no guarantees, there's no sure things in the crypto market. That's why it's Monday. If you saw the morning video, I always remind people that the crypto market is volatile. It's dangerous. You can lose all your money. So you got to remember that. And of course, there's amazing opportunities as well, and you can make a lot of money. But sometimes things don't work out. By the way, there's 110 people watching here and only 58 likes. We need to get the likes up to at least 110. I forgot. There's nothing here. Check out the store if you want a beautiful mug. We're not going to raffle out anything this week, maybe next week. What prediction price do you have for Bitcoin? So I've stated, I think Mr. Buddy here is new to the channel. I stated a few times that I think that we're going to see Bitcoin at 350,000, right, in this bull market, at least, right? That's like the low point, I think. And we'll see where, if it can go higher than that, by 2030, to 1 million by 2034, maybe, who knows? I think I opened up the comments to people that are not subscribed, right? And I think there's some like bots here, but it's okay. They keep asking questions about coins that I've never heard about. Jorge Bustamante. Oh, I love that name. Jorge. I think it's Jorge, right? I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. He's like, no, it's not Jorge, it's George. Pepe, support and resistance. Let's see. There is, if you look here, there is kind of a zone right here that one could say, what's going on here? One could say that that this would be a zone, right, that it's touched many times, that if it does get here, right, then that could be some resistance to the area. Of course, the higher levels, this level here, right, that was like the local high from the sell-off. Those kinds of levels that could be resistance for the next go around. So we got this question last time that we did live. Can you explain what is the cold storage and how it works and the benefits? A cold storage is basically the same as a Trust wallet or a MetaMask wallet in the same sense. It's a wallet, right? You transfer your crypto to it, right? You have an address, you connect it to your computer, you get an address from the cold storage, whatever company it is. You transfer that money and then you disconnect and you put it back in your cupboard. The problem with it is that to access it, when you connect it to your computer, you need to know what the seed phrase is, right? When you have a wallet connected to your browser or your phone, right, you don't have to answer the seed phrase every single time. Only when you have a new phone, which that happened to me, and I needed my seed phrases, right? Or you delete the app, or for some reason MetaMask a while back disconnected me. So that's what it is. The benefits of it is that you're not succumb to someone making you click on a link and you connect your MetaMask wallet automatically because you want some free airdrop, and you get your whole wallet wiped out, right? So that's not going to happen because it's in your cupboard. But the risk is that you get stolen, or you forget about it, or it gets ruined, and then you can't get into it anymore. Yeah, I think 300,000 is the low end. That's my opinion. Again, I have 40% of my portfolio is in Bitcoin, and I'm a big believer in the movement in the next bull run. Seabreeze, I'm not an expert on quant either. I know where it sits, right? But I'm not, again, I don't want to give my thoughts specifically on assets that I haven't researched previously, and this is not a stream that we're going to sit and analyze people's requests like that. If I know stuff about, then I'll answer, but Shady said, Crypto Shady, he's very watches the channel a lot, right? Loves to comment. Appreciate Crypto Shady. He says, "Where I want to take a drink of water first." um, yeah, most of the time, people that are down big on a position, they're going to be salty, right? I wouldn't think that somebody that is up big on their position would be salty to, like if I was up 5,000% on something, I would not be salty on the project. But if I bought it close to all-time highs, of course I would be salty. I'm still up on my Shiba Inu. So over around 100, it's like, I think it's 89%, 88%, something like that. I need to check the exact, but on the app. But of course, I think that Shiba Inu should be doing a lot better, right? But I'm not salty about it. Especially now because I'm diversified. So my stock portfolio is up a lot, right? And this week is going to be important with Nvidia earnings. But it's up so much that even if my crypto portfolio feels a little bit down, right, and it's down, like yeah, not everything's down. Like 2 or 3 are down, and for the most part, most of it is in the green, actually, because I was buying heavily in 2020, 2021, and the last few years I've been dollar costing average or swing trading, and so most of my chunk was done then, right? And I've been investing more in the stock market recently since it dipped down. But so I'm up, nicely, and of course from the bottom there, I'm up nicely, so I'm not sour, right? But I get why people would be sour. Um, um, yeah, again, if I don't know anything about something, so I just, again, this is not the kind of stream. I know it says ask me anything, but if we're going to analyze something for somebody that's asking about a specific crypto that's not interesting to most people, it's going to take me like 15-20 minutes to read, and that's not what we're going to do here. Okay. Claybro. So Claybro has a link that he was using to burn Shiba Inu. Okay, there was a time in that I did videos that burned Shiba Inu, right? And it didn't cost anybody anything, and yet people still didn't use it. Right? Like it didn't raise that much money, and I was like, okay, you know what? We tried this. I tried it for a few months, right? And it didn't catch on. People just didn't click it, right? And so I stopped with those initiatives, and I was like, hey, listen, these initiatives that we're going to do, even if we burn $100, $200, $300, $400, even if we burn $1,000, right? It's a drop in the sea, right? And so that's why I stopped it, right? And I also said that I think that we should not be burning our Shiba Inu, and we should be buying more Shiba Inu currently at this time, because that $100 or $50, I'd rather, again, not financial advice, always do your own due diligence. I personally would rather to grow my position just because there's 589 trillion. My $50, which is 50 million Shiba Inu, is nothing, right? In this big scheme of it. Okay. Jesse tax and so Jesse gave us a great update here on the US, because I'm not in the US, I don't know. There's companies here in Israel that do it also. Tax info, I'm in the US and used Coinly with a K last year. You just provide them with your wallet address and they create a report for you that you can submit to the IRS. Work great. So here's the answer. What are the top 3 crypto exchanges I can buy Shiba Inu? There's many crypto exchanges that you can buy. Every exchange has its good stuff and bad stuff. I'm partnered with Bybit and crypto.com. So if you're interested, link is in the description down below. Some people like Binance, some people like Coinbase, some people will buy it on Robinhood. It's just what's more comfortable for you. Open accounts, try them out, see what's good for you. They all have their good, their bad, and the ugly. But at the end of the day, exchanges are for exchanging. Oh, wait a second. You can swap also on Uniswap. You don't need Bybit or Binance. You don't need that, right? You can purchase on Uniswap, for example, or on there's multiple wallets that you can purchase crypto from. You don't really need exchanges, right? And you don't really need to keep your assets on exchanges if you're not trading. Swing trading, day trading, leverage trading, copy trading, and all that. Staking sometimes. um, the person that asked about the hard wallet said, "Great, knowing my luck, I'd lose it, so I'm better off not using it." Thank you for that. um, what happened? I had, and you got to be careful about this too, right? I had a Trust Wallet on my phone, and there was money there, and then my screen cracked. It broke, totally broke, and so I was like, okay, I can. I wasn't gonna fix it because I Google it was expensive to fix the screen, so I said, okay, I'll get a new one, right? And I was like, wait a second, but I'm not sure. Wait a second, did I write down the seed phrase? So you got to be careful, not only with hard wallets, but also with online wallets that you have the seed phrase written down. uh, let's see, any more questions here? Oh, it moved. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, we um, anything interest here? Shiba Gaming. Um, Gaming is one of the hottest narratives in the next bull market. I think it's going to be very, very hot. The gaming sector. Um, there's so many games out there, and there's so many gaming coins. Shiba Inu currently doesn't have a game that has anything to do really with Shiba Inu, meaning that you cannot, it's not on the blockchain. So you're not having, for example, people get rewards on Shibarium, or you're not having people purchasing on Shibarium using Shibarium, or using Shiba Inu in some way as a payment, right? If I'm not mistaken, there's no, you can't buy stuff in the official other Shiba Inu game, right? I haven't actually played it in a while. Did I delete it? I deleted some stuff because my son kept here it is. No, I did not delete it, right? He got his own phone, so I deleted a lot of games that were on my phone. All right, and so I thought maybe by accident I deleted it. I do not think that in Shiba Eternity you can purchase stuff using Shiba Inu, right? If I remember correctly. But there was supposed to be a second game that they were supposed to develop. Um, yeah, no, I don't think you can buy stuff using Shiba Inu. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. Um, but the game that they were supposed to develop hasn't been released yet, so I don't know what's going on with that. Uh, bu- 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 Oh, things are moving fast here. 1 second. So there's a question about Luna Classic, and it says here this list for crypto. Maybe this person Zamir here is talking about the fact, I think that Coinbase or crypto.com delisted Luna Classic. Probably you can transfer it out, right? But go into your account and see what happens. I'm not sure. I don't have any Luna Classic there, so I did not attempt to see what's going on there. But just try access your account and see what's up with that. Usually, even if you can't purchase, you can transfer out assets, right? They wouldn't they wouldn't remove an asset and not allow you to transfer it out to another exchange. They wouldn't do that. That's not allowed. Check your bank account or the fiat wallet on your account. Yeah. Crypto Shady gave us here a good tip. Not to watch adult content on your device. Your crypto is not is on, or else it can be hacked too. Be careful about that. General Scotty gave us a good tip here about Heroes of Mavia and Pixel are good games right now. I've heard a lot about Heroes of Mavia. Pixel, this is the first I've heard about it, so thank you, Scotty, about that. Yeah, it seems that that Mavia is one of the big ones this time, so check it out. Use a VPN when watching adult content. Why? No, I get why, but do you mean like using a VPN so you're not tracked, or slash do you use a VPN to get a different flavor, right? Because like if when if you're in a different country, then the algorithm of these adult sites will potentially give you a different, flavor adult content on your recommended page, I think, right? So is that what you mean? um, how do you feel about Kaspa? So I said like 15, 20 minutes ago, I think Kaspa has a real chance to be one of the projects that, makes a big jump into the top 20, right, in the next bull run. And I know after listening to that, podcast about the technology and how they're trying to be like Bitcoin, but not like Bitcoin, I think potentially gives people a flavor that if Bitcoin gets a little bit too expensive and it's, I don't know, at $100,000 per Bitcoin, and people will be making videos about Kaspa saying it's like Bitcoin, but it only is at 18 cents, right? Well, maybe by then it's at a lot higher value. I think that's what potentially happened. Again, not financial advice, but I'm really liking what they're doing there. What is the projected market cap of Shiba over the next 5 years? Also, any thoughts on? Never heard of Live Peer. Never heard of that. The next 5 years, who knows, right? That's another cycle from now, meaning that in 5 years we'll probably be at the peak of the next cycle. So that's 2029, 2020. Like, let's finish this cycle before we project next cycle, so I mean, I could say it could 50x, but I don't know, right? Let's see how much it goes this cycle before, we project the next cycle. Incognito, so the wife doesn't know. Incognito and delete the history, right? Yeah, if I don't know, if your wife is giving you problems about watching adult content, then you might have deeper problems, right? The Pi network. I know that it was, really big in like 2000, what was it? 1920, I think, right? And everybody was talking about it. And it's not yet released, and people have been waiting for years to finally get access to it, and it seems like it's never gonna come. I don't know. Natural World asked a question that I answered already. I am American, right? As I have a US citizenship, but I live in Israel, and I've been in Israel for the most part. Well, I used to spend summers in the United States of America, but I've been here since I've been 9 years old, so almost 30 years. So you could say I am a mix, some sort, right? Have you tried mana, the food, before? What's mana? Let's Google that. Mana. Maybe it needs to be food. It's, I think, what I'm having in my mind is it's what the Israelites ate in the desert, right? Yeah. That's what I remember. I was like, what? I've never eaten that before. Um, so I'm not seeing any more questions here that are not like, what do you think about this tokens? Because I said, if I know a little bit about like, uh, yeah, bread from heaven. That's what I thought. I was like, wait, maybe it's like a dish from some country that I haven't heard about before, right? But then I Googled and I was like, because like I said, if I'm going to give an opinion on something that I am not 100% sure about, right, or I've never heard about before, then it would need for me at least 15, 20, 30 minutes extensive research for me to give an honest answer about it. And I don't think that's something that we're going to do here today. Would you ever come out of retirement? If so, what would it take? Retirement? Are you meaning day trading retirement? Um, it's really hard for me to ever think about that. At least I think that's what Juan means. Maybe he's talking about me going back to uh, going back to real world work, right? To a 9 to 5 job. That's probably not going to happen either. But if you're meaning day trading, um, it's going to be hard for me, at least for the next 5 to 10 years. Work retirement. Okay. if we're talking about day trading, right, it's going to be very hard for me to do this. It's in the next 5 to 10 years, and I'll explain why. And this is just for me personally, right? Um, I have disclosed to you guys that I kind of get addicted to things, right? And I get addicted to day trading, right? And programming. Okay. I'll get to programming in just a second. So day trading, I get kind of addicted to it, and especially because of the time difference. So the stock market is from 4 p.m. here to 11 p.m. And if I'm crypto day trading, then it's 24/7, and that's even more crazy, right? And so I can't really disconnect, right? And so for me, it's hard to disconnect, and I want to be there for my wife and for my kids while they're young. And so maybe when they're older, like at least the little one needs to be at least 10 or 12, like when he doesn't really care about me that much, then maybe I'd get back to it. So that's like maybe in 6 7 years I could see myself maybe getting back to it, or slash if we'd move maybe to the United States and it was a time that they weren't at home, then maybe I could do that, but it's hard. So if we go to programming, so I'm really out of practice, right? I haven't programmed in a day-to-day capacity in the past 3 years. Like I've done a few things, like I've tried to program some indicators for myself, and I tried to do a few things, small projects, but I just, my heart wasn't really in it anymore, and that's one of the reasons that I decided to leave. So I don't think I would ever go back to a 9 to 5 job unless I really, 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 really had to. But most likely what will happen is I'll just have to take over some stuff from my dad, and that's probably what's going to happen. He's already 69, so he's not getting any younger. And so like take the reins from him, but we'll see. Yeah, Israel is super, super expensive. And how is it going? It's going. It's a kind of this weird situation. I think it's similar to what people in the United States of America kind of feel when the United States Army goes and fights in different places, right? In the beginning, it felt like we were really, we were part of it. It was scary. Sirens, missiles, bombs, all the hoot, right? All the everything, right? In the past 2 months or so, it's kind of stopped. And so life is, for the most part, in the middle of the country where I live, it's back to normal. But in the south and up north, it's not like that anymore, right? It's still, people are living in hotels, so they move them out of their houses. It's about, I think, 150,000 people. And so they are not living in their houses currently. You have a significant amount of people that are on a reserve duty as well. So there's a lot of businesses and things that either shut down or working half capacity. But it's a weird situation because you kind of feel that things are back to normal, but you know that they're not back to normal, right? You kind of fall into this complacency that it's like all over, but it's not over. It's kind of it's a very weird mindset to be in. And that's why I say it's kind of the same way maybe for when the United States Army goes off to all these places, right? The people in the United States are, their loved ones are away and things like that, but they're not nothing's happening really in the United States of America. Maybe if you understand what I'm trying to say here, like it feels really normal, but not normal. Like we know it's not normal, but life is just, back to normal, really. It's a weird, like for me, not for everybody, but for me, it feels kind of like we're back to normal, but we're not. So it's kind of weird. Unlucky here's asking, are you investing mainly for the long term? And Vasa answer for me. So I'm investing for the long term, right? For my kids. The same way my dad and my grandma did for me. And I'm really a simple man, and it's funny, right? Because, when I was day trading, I'm coming back to that, I kept taking big risks. And my wife said to, when I was getting too emotional and too, and maybe you guys feel the same, right? You're like too invested, right? It was affecting me, and she was like, "Hey, listen, you know." And I married a great gal. She's like, listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, like if we have $50,000 or $100,000 now in the short term, is our life going to change? We're not going to move into a bigger house. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. And she's like, don't stress. Don't, like destroy yourself because of this. Right. And so I'm mainly investing for my kids and slash that I'll have a nice retirement. For the most part, like now, if I have a Kia Niro, right? I'm not looking for a Lamborghini. I'm not looking for a mansion. Who's gonna clean the mansion? Like I clean the apartment. By the way, apartment. The apartment that I live in costs $1 million, right? Israel is super expensive. And so it's a situation where I'm in that mindset, and I know that not everybody is a cheapskate like me. I haven't bought a new pair of clothing in like forever. I need a new pair of shoes. They're falling apart. Like I don't really invest too much in myself. I don't buy a lot of stuff. I like to eat, experiences, right? But not a lot of stuff. I buy a lot of stuff for the kids, right? But not really. Do you have a Trust Wallet of choice? Trust Wallet is Trust Wallet, right? I don't know what you mean by that, Juan. Trust Wallet is the company, like, but there's a few of them. I think I have a MetaMask, a Trust Wallet, and Owner, OUNR, which was a partner that once partnered with, so I have their wallet as well. From Mexico, what do you think about Bonk and Floki? So Bonk, I had a swing trade on, and I made 100% on the swing trade, and then I left the what's it called, the profit, and I took out the initial position. I think Bonk could make another run here, but again, it's similar to Pepe. It all depends on where the money is flowing at that time. Loki, it's an interesting one. I remember when they like promoted really aggressively, like right near my house, there was a an ad for Floki Inu, and it didn't seem to have enough oomph. I don't know what's what happened there, right? It just felt like it didn't work. It wasn't timed correctly. It was like at the end of the bull market, right? And it just kind of fizzled out. Juan, yes, I did think about doing that. The question was here, have you ever thought about making your own NFTs or blockchain project? I thought about it. But again, the fact was that the same reason I don't promote these microcap tokens, and I don't talk about anything under $1 billion, is the fact that I don't know what's going to happen with that project. And if people buy my project and then it gets, goes down significantly, or the NFTs, their value go down significantly, then I I don't, I want to give value. Like I'm working on a course. Like if I do a course, then it gives value, right? Maybe people won't learn, but that's on them. But if I make something that doesn't give people actual value, then it feels kind of weird. Cardano, Cardano is another one of those. It's like XRP. It's kind of stuck, right? We'll see what happens there, but people have been saying Cardano is the next one for like 6 years. um, Scotty's sending me some shoes. Someone once wrote me a message. They were going to send me some gear from the Utah Jazz, and I never received it. Right? They have beautiful jerseys, right? Those city edition jerseys are just beautiful. He said that he worked with Utah Jazz and he had a lot of swag, and I never got it. I don't know. So no, don't send me shoes. Joe says here, could you help an old man understand Bitcoin halving, or is it late to teach an old dog a new trick? Tacos on me if you ever make it to San Diego. I've never been to San Diego. Actually, I've been to LA when I was really young, but I haven't been in the West Coast since. It's like maybe 30 years. So I need to go back. But I'll explain it real quick, and I think and then we'll finish. I think there's a few more questions here. The one by Shady will be the last one about XRP, right? I haven't read it yet. So basically the halving, let me make me bigger for a second. Oops, I've been sitting back. Basically what happens is every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin that is released into the market gets cut by half. So let's say they release I'm not sure about the exact terminology, right? How many hours, how many hours it happens, or is it daily? I don't remember exact. But let's say they release 10 Bitcoin a day, right? That is able to be mined. Well, after the halving, only 5 gets to be released. And then only the next time, only 2.5. And then the numbers, by the way, are not correct, right? But this is for the example. So what happens is that everybody that was mining Bitcoin, that they were trying to, you need to answer an equation. That's the mining process, right? And as we get more and more and more close to the end, the equations get harder and harder and harder. So we need more processing, right? Power to get the answer, right? And that's why we need these rigs, right? That's what basically the minings do. They also do validation, but for the most part, they're doing that complex question answering, mathematical question answering. And so now we have a situation where there's a lot less Bitcoin being released into the market every single time frame. And so the miners are now receiving 50% less opportunity for profit. So what has historically happened? They are now, let's say, right, you were selling a product, right? A chocolate bar that costs $10. Well, now suddenly it gets get cut to $5, right? Or no, you were selling 10,000 units. That was a bad analogy. 10,000 units a month. Now the supplier says no, only 5,000 units for you, right? And I'm like, wait a second, but I have employees, I have the rigs, I have I have the store. What am I gonna do? I need to make profit, right? I've been working on a specific profit margin, right? So you can't do that. What are you gonna do? You're gonna raise the price by 100%. But the miners can't do that. So what has historically happened? They have pumped money into the markets, right? And pushed the price up. And then FOMO and what comes with that. And then suddenly we're making again the same money or potentially more because short squeeze, FOMO, people buy, right? It's kind of this this cycle that keeps happening. So that's basically what's going on there. Humberto Guzman, he asked here, how much Shiba Inu would you say to make life-changing money? Again, this is kind of a question that it's hard to answer because for every single person, life-changing money is different. So for me, life-changing money is one thing. For someone else, life-changing money is another thing. For the third person, life-changing is money is totally different. If you're talking about, and of course, you also need to answer what time frame. About 5 years, 10 years, 100 years. So it's hard to answer, and I don't have an answer for that, right? It all depends. XRP. I kind of agree with Crypto Shady about XRP here. I'm not really bullish on it currently. I'm seeing a lot of problems with it, and there's not a lot of movement now, but things can change, right? The XRP has shown us one thing, and maybe it changes going forward. Like it can change, and it can get everything straightened out with the SEC. But what I really kind of got the wind out of the sail here a little bit is the we had the ruling and it's still stuck, right? And it just feels stuck, and it can for like 5 years it gets stuck, and that can be very hard, right? So again, if you're a long-term investor and you want to diversify and have some XRP, it's cool, right? But it's currently the price action is just disappointing. That's all I have to say about that. AI, I think AI is cool, and I think it's going to change the world. I still have my AMC, yes. Yeah, Scotty's right. There was a lot of, XRP and Cardano were supposed to be, the next big thing, right? And they weren't, right? So I remember like 4 or 5 years ago, someone came to me and was like, "No, Cardano, I'm gonna buy." And I think it was like at 3. It was at the high. It was like, "I'm gonna buy," right? And I was like, "I don't know." So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe things can change, right? Sometimes people laugh at some projects and then they go up. And Cardano had its pump a few months ago, and then it kind of stopped. The money kind of dried up, right? It pumped and then it pulled back, and now it's coming back a little bit, right? It's up in the past few weeks 40%. That's better than Shiba Inu, right? So money is coming back. So maybe, right? Who knows, right? So we'll see. I think that's it for tonight. We've done a good hour, right? A good hour, good workout here. So thank you for joining me tonight, and don't forget to smash the like button. Check out the links in the description down below. And thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.